And his pass.
I see Flacco goes week 1, starting, opening drive.
Season 2, Episode 6 of What the Football. I am your host, Jeremy Horwath.
I'm Chance Gardner.
And today we have a very depressing show because of everything that's going on with the Eagles. We're going to get into everything. We're going to get a little bit of positives in here, but this is mostly going to be more of a negative show, us complaining about this terrible football team that we, for some reason, every time we get on the show, we think that they're actually going to win. Coming into the show, usually for my predictions, I say that I'm not going to have them win, and then in the middle of the show, I say they are. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah. But going over today's show, we're going to go from the Eagles Cowboys preview. I wish we could say we got to keep it quick, but there's so many takeaways from it that it's probably going to be a longer segment. So buckle in for that one. I'm sorry already in advance. Going to talk about all the struggles in going on with that. Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, Miles Sanders. I love you, Miles. And just all the other issues that are going on with this team. And then we'll move into the preview of the Eagles-Chiefs game. Wow, I'm scared for that one. And we got some other stuff, kind of looking more into Dallas. How good are they actually? But we'll get a lot more into that throughout the show. But starting off, Chance, we lost against the Cowboys on Monday night, primetime football. We both had a prediction that the Eagles were going to win this game. We had faith. We were hyped for beat Dallas week. It didn't turn out in the Eagles' favor.
Kind of backfired. This is the second week in a row that I said they were going to win, and they didn't. Losing confidence, a lot of confidence in the team for a lot of different reasons. But Chance, your overall thoughts on this game? We got blown out. Wasn't even close. But what are your overall thoughts? We're trash, and Nick Sirianni should never coach another team ever again. No. But no, that was terrible. I mean, it's one thing to lose. It's another thing to lose how we did lose, and it's also another thing that we lost to Dallas.
Yeah.
All those combined, it's not a good feeling.
No.
It sucks to be an Eagles fan right now. It really does.
It sucks to be a Philly sports fan right now. There's stuff going on in every sport. It's terrible right now being a Philly sports fan. But going more into the reasons why we really lost. So in the offseason, everyone was very excited to get rid of Wentz and moving on to Jalen Hurts. Everyone had a lot of faith. And a lot of people are switching up already. Only week 3. He's played, 7 NFL games now, I believe.
7, yeah.
I believe he's played 7. And people are turning their back on him. I just want to say so far, for the people the same people that turned their back on him are the same people that hated on me when I would critique Jalen Hurts. I would critique him. Didn't say he's the worst quarterback. Yeah, that's out of that.
It's fair critique.
But and what's happening is exactly what I was saying. He's going to struggle. He doesn't have a lot around him, and he's not the high caliber player that can just lift this team up. It's very hard to do that with this team. This roster's not good. Just like we were saying, this team's not good, and Jalen Hurts just doesn't have it to lead this bad of a team. Not many quarterbacks do, and but Jalen Hurts, in your eyes, I know we still are both Jalen Hurts fans. But what are your thoughts on him now? Are you a lot lower on him? Are you looking for a quarterback in the future, or do you think that Jalen Hurts is still our guy?
It really depends on how the Eagles want to play this. Like, I'm gonna need to see more flashes from him. Like, he shows, like, hey, he had that play where he was under pressure and he just heaved it to Quez down the sideline. You know, like he shows his moments. Like, and then he had the touchdown to Greg Ward. He has those moments.
it really comes down to if this Eagles staff is like, hey, we really believe in him for year 3 going forward. I'm typically on the hand of, hey, if this guy isn't, really showing out by year 2, as it's shown by like other quarterbacks. I mean, Lamar year 2 MVP, Mahomes year 2 MVP, Wentz year 2 almost MVP if it weren't for the ACL.
Yeah.
So you should, by the end of year 2, you should know, like, hey, do we need to upgrade? Do we not need to? And I'm thinking the Eagles are probably going to lean towards more the, hey, we need an upgrade.
Yeah.
Because it's not the fact that, like, as Nick Sirianni would say, his fundamentals. He's got some sound fundamentals, of like, passing and whatnot. Like his footwork is nice, and
yeah,
but he just literally does not have the arm to make big time throws.
He doesn't.
And in the NFL nowadays, it's like, hey, you need that big time arm, or you need to be an elite, like pocket quarterback, or you need to be an elite runner like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And Jalen's just kind of in that in between spot and doesn't have any of the. He's not an elite pocket presence, and he's not an elite scrambling presence. So it's just
he's kind of he's a very balanced quarterback. He has an arm. I would say above average scrambling. He's not. I wouldn't put him in the elite category.
No.
I don't think he's anywhere near Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson could be a running back in this league if he really wanted to, and I don't think Jalen Hurts could, but. I kind of agree with that. The thing is I'm kind of with it now where I've always been where Jalen Hurts, I don't think is the guy. I think we need to move on from him, and he struggled this year, but I still think you have to give him the rest of the year, give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I'm not saying, I don't think anyone's really saying bench him right now. I don't think anyone's saying put in Flacco. I know on Twitter, I do mess around. I keep on saying Minshew Mania. I've been posting that a lot recently. All throughout the game, I was posting Minshew Mania time, totally forgetting that he's injured right now. He's not even active, but I was still saying Minshew time, and he wasn't even there. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, I don't think that this is the game that would really say, hey, now it's the time to move off of him. I think that's kind of unfair. Yes, he had a really bad game. How much did he really have going around him? I mean, look, man, they ran the ball 3 times. Sorry, I forgot that Kenneth Gainwell got a run. Yeah. And RPOs do not count as runs. When you pass the ball, an RPO does not count as a run. Nick Sirianni, I hate that.
I don't understand that part of the press conference.
Every time he ran an RPO and they passed the ball, he counts that as a run. That is not right. That is not smart, because that doesn't switch up the defense at all. It doesn't make them think, oh, they're about to run the ball. He ran the ball twice with Miles Sanders, and he got 27 yards on that. He averaged 13.5 yards a run, and we ran him twice. That is absolutely ridiculous. Kind of moving off the Jalen Hurts thing, going into more Nick Sirianni with the worry at the head coach. We ran the ball 3 times, twice with Miles. Miles Sanders is the best offensive skill player on the team. By far, I would say that. Devontae Smith is really good. By the way, Devontae Smith was wide open on a lot of plays last week, and Jalen Hurts did not find him. I know
except for the pick 6.
Yeah, except for the pick 6. But yeah, that's another thing with Jalen Hurts. Kind of like his IQ, it might not be the best. Just a lot of things where he could just take a couple yards, but he would try and make a bigger play when not a lot of guys can make that play. But Nick Sirianni, terrible play calling, isn't running the football. Even his passes are just, I don't know. There's something off. I know we were pretty happy with what we saw in week 1 against Atlanta. I wouldn't even say happy. We kind of saw what was on script for the first couple of drives, and that's where we really excelled. Thank you, man. I'm struggling. That's where we really excelled, is when we were on script, and we just had a big lead in the beginning, and we just held on to it. But when it gets outside of that, it's a struggle. And even when it was scripted in the beginning of the game, still wasn't very good. Atlanta was just a bad team, and maybe Dallas, it still is. And maybe Dallas is a better team than we thought. We'll get more into that later. But it's just something's really off with Nick Sirianni's play calling. I'm not saying already give up the play calling like we did with Doug Peterson. His play calling was also bad, so I'm okay with that with him. But I think Sirianni's the only guy that has to be making calls. It's his first year in the NFL making plays, first time play calling. So only his 3rd game. Give him a little bit of time. I'm not saying fire Sirianni already, but I'm worried. I'm very worried because if he doesn't fix this by just a couple weeks, I'm going to be saying something totally different.
I mean, yeah, if you run the ball only 3 design times or whatever, I mean, forget the quarterback stuff or whatever, where it's
That
like a
doesn't
read
count.
option. Forget that. If you have a running back like Miles Sanders, you only run the ball 3 times or 2 times to him, 1 time to Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah, for 4 yards.
That's blasphemous. I mean, like what coach gets away with that? I mean, seriously, like
No one. You can't be
even
that
the highest passing teams like the Chiefs still run it 10 plus times on average a game.
Yeah.
You know, and sure, it cost them the game because Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a fumble, but it's like, that's gonna happen.
You still need to do it.
You still need to run the ball.
Yeah, just think of things where it's just like on for first down, you just run the ball. That's kind of just what you need to do so that the defense can be on their feet. Like, hey, maybe I'm actually going to expect a run. Maybe a run's actually going to happen. Well, the entire game, the Cowboys are sitting back like they're not going to run the ball. And they ran it twice so far.
Yeah.
They're just going to pass it. Like they have nothing else to expect. And that's just when you're expecting the pass, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to cover the pass when you know that it's coming. If you're expecting like, hey, maybe a run's coming, there might be some hesitation. Just basic football. It's just what's going to happen. If you don't run the ball at all, you don't create anything. You can't create a very good offense. It's not going to work.
You need to work off of the play action. Play action is the most successful way to win an NFL game because you're going to confuse the linebackers because they have to get up on the line, and then you could just put it in behind them. And it's
football 101.
It is. It really is. As Sirianni would say, it's the fundamentals of football. I'm serious.
No, you're right.
He preaches about these fundamentals and then doesn't do any of them.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what? If you look at this offensive line, take away Brandon Brooks and Mailata, this is still a finesse running team. Like
we are a run blocking team.
Yeah, this is a run blocking offense. Look at Dickerson. He was pretty good in the run game. If he didn't trip on there was a QB power on like third down for Jalen Hurts. If he didn't trip on the back of Dillard's foot, it would have been a 30-yard gain.
Wasn't that like 3rd and 10, by the way?
Yeah, it was.
Like
it was
3rd and 10 with a
but
QB
it would have
power.
worked. It actually would have worked, which is surprising. Like that was a decent call by Sirianni. Like he saw something there.
Yeah.
The Dallas defense left it wide open, and if Dillard if Dillard didn't trip Dickerson, I mean that would have worked. But this whole team is built around finesse running the football.
Yeah.
And Dickerson did not look good in pass pro.
No, he didn't.
He got destroyed
by
the Dallas. It starts with an O. It's very confusing.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
They stole him in the draft. It was crazy. But it was like, but when we ran it, Dickerson looked good. That's what he's there to do. That's what this offensive line should be doing.
Yeah.
Sure, Lane's decent enough, but he was actually getting pushed back on some passing plays.
Mm-hmm.
But in run plays, he was just all over the place. Run the ball. That's what we can do well. That's what won us a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We won a Super Bowl with this offensive line with Jay Ajayi. LeGarrette Blount was there too, but he was pretty slow and old. But it still worked.
he was running over guys. It did work, exactly.
It doesn't matter who your running back is if you have an offensive line that's this good at run blocking.
And imagine when we keep running. Imagine if we keep running the ball, but instead of Jay Ajayi, we have Miles Sanders. Like, Miles Sanders has never gotten his share. For the past couple years, ever since we had Miles, we've been saying run the football. Doug Peterson never ran the football. Nope. Don't know why. Always gave the ball to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz had to do they put Carson Wentz in a situation where they do everything. And that's happening to Jalen Hurts too. When you're expecting to pass that much, it's easy to defend. So how much can we really blame Hurts? Not as much as everyone is. But again, to be fair, he was still making some really bad passes and everything. So it's on both sides, but you can't just blame one side. You can't just blame Sirianni. You can't just blame Hurts. You need to blame everyone. And so even more issues that were happening. You're naming guys on the offensive line. Yes, we have good depth, but something that we talked about all offseason was if this team is going to be good, it's all around the offensive line. If the offensive line stays healthy, we'll be a lot better. This offensive line is not good. It's not healthy at all.
We have
Brandon Brooks
three injuries.
Brandon Brooks is hurt.
Yeah.
Jordan Mailata is hurt. Isaiah Seumalo's hurt.
Isn't Isaiah out for the season now?
I didn't even look into it more. I just saw him get carted off, so I'm figuring that he probably is. I know he got carted off the field. But in a little bit of good news, us Eagle fans like him. Not like I feel like if we were to name this kind of guy on other teams, we wouldn't really get excited. But Jack Driscoll is back. He's off the reserved list, so he should be coming into play. He did not play for Sayamalu last week because again he was on reserve, but he should be starting then. Left tackle now. You look at his offensive line, going from Mailata, who might not be back this Sunday. Mailata used to be at left tackle, Sayamalu left guard, Kelsey at center, Brooks at right guard, and Lane Johnson at right tackle. Now you have, instead of Mailata, it's Dillard, who is not. He looked pretty
downgrade.
It is a downgrade.
He looked decent though, but
he's been looking okay. But at a left tackle spot, Jalen Hurts blindside, I would like someone that's not just okay. I don't feel comfortable with that. Left guard is now probably going to be Jack Driscoll. However they do it, if it's Driscoll at left guard and then
Dickerson
at right guard. However they do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a combination of one of the two.
Exactly. Whatever it is, I still think it's going to be a little bit of a downgrade. Sayamalu is still more of a vet. Nothing that's going on. Who has actually not had a bad season so far. I have not heard Sayamalu's name be called that much. And as an offensive lineman, that's kind of what you want. Like if your name's being called, it's probably because you let up a sack. I did not hear Sayamalu's name that much. Kelsey's doing great. Kelsey's doing
Kelsey things. Yep.
Exactly. I have no worry about Jason Kelsey. Dickerson to Brooks, that's a huge downgrade. Brooks is amazing. And right guard in the league. Yeah. And then Lane Johnson, he's good, just has a really bad penalty issue this year. He's been getting a lot of holding calls and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on with Lane. Yeah, it's just with penalties though. He's not letting a lot of guys pass. It's just that he's just getting a few holding calls.
Well, if he didn't hold on Micah Parsons would have had a sack against him.
That's true.
So
but
I could not believe that when I saw it. I was like, are you kidding me? You got beat by a linebacker.
Hey, Parsons is actually having a good year regardless. Parsons is good. We knew that. Parsons is really
We knew that
good.
going into the draft. I wanted the Eagles at first to draft him, but then I kind of switched to, helping out Jalen Hurts. But
which is still needed. But yeah, just that offensive line issues. If they can't stay healthy, this team's not going to be good. Jalen Hurts might now have to be running for his life. I know we like Jack Driscoll. I know we like Dickerson, but Dickerson is really bad in pass protection. Jack Driscoll is good. He's a good backup. I don't think he's a high caliber starter in this league. Can he develop into one? Sure. Why not? Well, we'll see if we can do it, but still, I'm not extremely comfortable with him at left guard. And it terrifies me that Dillard's at left tackle. So this offensive line, I am really worried about. That is the most comfortable spot I was on this team. But other than that, I'm really worried about this team in general. That Dallas wide receiver core destroyed us. Our receivers are not getting open. Devontae Smith's getting open, just not getting targets.
But when he gets targets, he trips.
Exactly. So our guys are struggling to get open against not good corners and guys that aren't that good. The Niners, when we faced them, they didn't have anyone. They do not have a good. Josh Norman was starting. They don't have a good secondary. Dallas, as their defense might be a little bit better than I initially thought. I'm really gonna say Dan Quinn's the reason why. He's a
they're a well
coordinator.
Coached team.
Exactly, I think that it's because of Dan Quinn. Trayvon Diggs is good. I don't think he's as good as everything.
Yeah, he's not good as 5 interceptions in 4 games or whatever the stat line is.
Yeah, that is not going to hold up. It's a little inflated. Yeah, that is not going to hold up. But we just could not get open against anyone the past 2 weeks, and these are teams that we should be getting open against.
The routes that were getting open were the deep game.
The deep game where Jalen Hurts can't make the pass.
Can't make those throws.
And that needs to be known now. We saw it in the first 2 weeks that he cannot throw that well of a deep ball. And what did we keep on doing? Let's force it. Force the deep ball. For what? He's not making the plays. He's underthrowing everyone. He should have more interceptions than he has right now. He should have more. What did he have? Just 1 last week, and that was his first one of the year?
I think 1 or 2, yeah.
Yeah, that he should have way more. He has to make that pass. He's being told to make that pass, but He can't. He doesn't have a
He
deep ball.
legitimately does not have the physical attributes to make that throw.
He cannot do it.
It's not a matter of footwork or, you know, whatever the cause may be. It's none of the mechanics. It's none of that. It's
his arm,
his physical talents. Yeah, it's just, it does not work. He can't make it happen.
But the thing is that there's ways to still be good with that. You can work around that. They don't have to think. If they take the deep ball out, you can still win games. You just have to have good play calling. You need to have the receivers getting open on these short routes, some dump off routes, anything, a couple like short wheel routes to Miles Sanders. Just, you can work around it if you run the football. You don't need a deep ball. A deep ball is very helpful in this league. You're probably not going to be able to win a Super Bowl. That's the reason a lot why Drew Brees struggled the last couple of years of his career, because his entire career he couldn't throw a deep ball. Jameis Winston already has more deep balls caught. Already has more deep balls caught as a Saint than Drew Brees has his entire career.
Yeah,
this season. So Drew Brees never had a deep ball. And I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts can be anything like Drew Brees, because Drew Brees he had a good IQ. He knew what he was doing. He had really good adjustments on the line and everything. But you can still win in this league without a deep ball. And that's what Sirianni has to try to do. Hurts can run. He can have a little dump off routes, nice drag routes, short post, good slants. Figure it out. I'm not the head coach. I'm not the one that has to make the plays, but I know Sirianni's smarter than this. I think Sirianni's smarter than this. I think anyone.
I want to like Sirianni.
Yes, exactly. You're sounding like me on Jalen Hurts in the offseason.
Yeah.
I want Hurts to succeed, but I don't think that he will. Not on this team.
Yeah, I think Hurts will play, like, he will eventually reach that spot, I think. But my question is, can this Eagles team wait that long? And the question begins, like, do you take what we have and just blow it all up after this offseason and play for 3-4 years down the future? Or do you still
to blow up?
Well, I'm just saying, like, you could still get a decent pick for, like, some of our veterans. Like, I don't think you're going to get I think you might be able to finagle, like, a second for Fletcher Cox after this season.
Right.
You might be able to, you might, with the way tackles are, you could probably get Lane Johnson maybe for a first or something. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could blow this team up and play later down. Right. You know, you have the heir apparent to Kelsey. You know, I mean, it would be sad, but you know, it all comes down to, hey, do we believe that this Eagles team can win? And I'm getting to the point where it's like, I think you have a shot next year with these 3 first-round picks. I think you have a shot at a playoff run if you don't mess up.
Yeah, if you don't mess up.
And will we mess up? Yeah. So I think I think the safer thing is to play for the long game.
Yeah, I would think so
and
too.
And it hurts because I don't want to see Kelsey go. I don't want to see Brooks
Kelsey is
go.
going to retire regardless.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to trade. Kelsey almost retired a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And he came back. So I doubt he's going to play any more than this year.
Mm-hmm.
I really do think he's going to retire, and Dickerson's going to have to be our center, and we're going to hopefully Kelsey can work with him all year and be like, all right, this is what you got to do to be me. All right.
He should just come back as like an assistant coach.
Grow a beard. You got to be able to run. You got to be able to run 30 yards downfield next to Miles Sanders and hit stick some guys. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. I don't think that blowing this team up will be a bad idea. Is it going to suck watching the Eagles be really bad for the next couple of years? Yeah.
Yes.
Are we going to be able to figure it out down the line? Again, yes. We're not going to. I don't think we're going to be a team that's going to be bad for 10 years like the Phillies have over on the baseball side. We have built this team up before. I mean, think of our 2015 season with Chip Kelly. We're terrible. We're a terrible team. And 2016 we got Doug. 2016 we got Doug and Wentz. They went 7-9. We saw upside. Year after that, we won the Super Bowl. I'm not saying it's that easy. I'm not saying that we can just do that every 5 years. It's
a little fluky of a Super Bowl.
It still happened though, and
it still happened.
And that was with Howie Roseman.
Hey, so he does have a Super Bowl pedigree. He does know how to win.
And he was a big reason why we won that Super Bowl. He made really good free agent signings. I don't think that's going to happen or anything like that. Scotty says can't trade Kelsey.
Yeah.
He would have retired before going to a new team. I completely agree. I don't think Kelsey would go anywhere else.
I think Kelsey, the only scenario I can see him like staying and playing for us another year is like, hey, like we showed some promise towards the end. But if it's like we're blowing this team up in the offseason or whatever, Kelsey's like, yeah,
he's gonna be out. There's really no reason to. The only reason why I think he really stayed was to help the younger guys and have them develop and everything like that. Scotty also says Lane and Cox, I agree on if we drop a few more. So if we drop a few more games, he's down with trading away Lane Johnson and Fletcher Cox. And I would also agree. I love these guys. They are some of my favorite Eagles. Like Fletcher Cox is awesome. Lane Johnson has been a really good right tackle for us for a really long time. Scotty, again, separating emotion. Just you got to be able to do
thing
it.
To do.
Like, it is a difficult thing to do.
This is the team I kind of grew up with, you know.
Yeah. You and me have grown up with this team. Seriously, we were what 13, 14 years old when we won the Super Bowl. That is absolutely nuts. Anyone else?
Oh my God, no way.
If you're older listening, I apologize. Especially if Phil, if you're listening, I know that you hate when I talk about how old I was when things happen. Chance, real quick, I gotta tell you this, right? So Phil Stiefel, part of DSM, has a couple shows on here. He's great. There was a Twitter thing where it was saying the last time the Phillies were in the playoffs was 10 years ago, and everyone was saying like what grade in school they were in and yada that. And Phil's been out of high school. He's not old. He's just an older gentleman. And I told him that I was in 4th grade when the last time that the Phillies were in the playoffs. And he said that he cried a little bit. So that's a little bit of background on that. But yeah, I think separating, you got to separate your emotions, blow up a team at the end of the year if they keep on losing more. If we can turn around, great. That's what I want. I don't want to say I want to blow up the team. But if it comes down to that, that's just really how it's going to have to be. But it is really unfortunate. But moving on, we sadly we do have to talk about these Cowboys real quick. How good do you think this Cowboys team actually is?
Well, they're a playoff team, that's for dang sure.
Well, in this division, there's a lot of teams that are going to be playoff. There would be a lot of teams that are playoff teams if they joined. But I've been kind of low on the Cowboys. And we always said they had a good offense. The defense is looking a lot better thanks to Dan Quinn, and just Micah Parsons has been an absolute beast. Is this a really dangerous team? Are you worried? Like, do you think the Cowboys have a lot more to offer than we've been saying all year?
Well, I severely underestimated them going into this season. Like, I thought, looking at the division rankings, I thought, prior to the season, I was like, okay, Washington's going to win this division. And then the Eagles and Cowboys are going to be vying for that second spot. And the Giants are going to be in the last. So at least I was right about the Giants.
Yeah, I was wrong.
I'll take that. The Giants are trash.
Hey, something real quick, by the way. How many turnovers do you think Daniel Jones has in his last 7 games?
Oh, probably double digits. I'd go 11. What?
1 turnover. Or one interception. Sorry, not turnovers.
It doesn't have. What about his fumbles?
I don't know. I didn't check the fumbles. I just know I looked up his interceptions. He's only thrown one interception. That's crazy to me.
They're trying to run the ball with Saquon. It's not working.
No, he'll have a line. But keep on going. We're talking about the Cowboys.
Saquon is the running back version of Wentz. He plays hero ball at the running back position.
Well, he has to look at his line.
He just needs to follow his gaps. But yeah, back to the Cowboys.
There is no gaps.
Yes, there is. Okay, I watched the whole thing on the Giants, but okay, we could either go down this Giants loophole or whatever, or we could go back to the Cowboys. Right, what do you want?
Go back to the Cowboys. Go back to the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
This is what this is more about.
I think these Cowboys have a shot at going deep into the playoffs, and that scares me. Mm-hmm. I don't want Dallas to get another ring. Do you know how insufferable Dallas fans are going to be?
I don't know if I would say that they could go all the way to getting a ring. But
there's that slim shot.
I think out of the NFC East, they have the best shot. The Washington football team has been totally wrong for us. We thought they would be a lot better. Football team.
Think they'd have an elite defense, and it's been
terrible.
Hot garbo.
Dude, okay, real quick. I have the football team's defense in fantasy. They are ranked 32nd.
Are they actually?
They have the least amount of fantasy points. Now don't judge that as
Obviously,
being how
yeah.
good the team is.
That just means they're not getting sacks or turnovers or anything like that.
Right, but that also means they're allowing a lot of points. That's the main part of points. Now, take that as you want. You can't be a good team, a good defensive team, and be ranked last in fantasy points. So I don't think they're the worst defense in the league. I think that's way out. But they are playing really bad so far. So Washington's worrying me, not worrying me as an Eagles fan, but they are a worrisome team. The Cowboys are they are actually good. I would say the Cowboys are a good team. Dak Prescott's good. I'm not gonna say he's like the amazing quarterback that everyone's putting him out to be right now. I think that a lot of guys would be really good with the offense that he has around him. Having a really Zeke is still Zeke. He's still a good running back, and that wide receiving core is absolutely insane. We don't have anyone on our team that is even close to their third receiver, which is so upsetting to me. Because when you have Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and when Michael Gallup is healthy, that is a terrifying wide receiving core.
Even the guy who was Cedric Wilson, I think.
Yeah, Cedric Wilson's still good
He's
too.
probably better than most of our guys. It's like, what?
He would probably be the number 2 on our team, and he's there 4.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. And they even have good tight ends. Dalton Schultz is a beast. Blake
Dude,
Jarwin, their second tight end, is good. There is nothing we could do against that.
We put no effort into the linebacker position whatsoever.
No, we have Singleton. Edwards had a good play. What did he? Then he hits. Then he hit someone really hard. I forget.
Are you talking about Marcus Epps?
No, didn't Epps bounce off of someone?
Epps came in to play safety over Kayvon.
Because Kayvon got. I know one play. Oh no! Did he? Oh no! He made a good play. I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, it was against the. They passed the ball and he hit him right when he touched the ball and he dropped it. Right.
Yeah, that was.
I saw that. I know TJ Edwards. I don't. Did you watch the full game or just turn it off in the?
I watched the full game, but I don't remember any TJ Edwards.
Right. TJ Edwards made a good hit. It doesn't really matter, and he hit someone really hard and then he flexed after him like, dude, we're down like 20. Don't get so hype. I forget entirely what it was, but TJ Edwards is still not good. Singleton is only good at tackling and he's a good run stuffer, but that's really about it. I like Singleton.
He can't even. He was getting destroyed by Zeke. I mean, it is Zeke, but man, if your only attribute is to be able to stop the run and tackle well, at least show a little bit more than what you did against Zeke. I mean, it was rough.
I think
Zeke was just falling forward for like 6-7 yards every time he got tackled.
Seriously. So the Cowboys are definitely the team to beat in the NFC East. They are a really good team. This week, I'm actually excited to watch the Cowboys game. Not for the Cowboys, but to see how both of these teams actually are. They are facing, you know who they're facing?
The Panthers, right?
Panthers. Yep. Undefeated Panthers. Haven't faced the best teams and everything, but Sam Darnold over there having a good year. Without Christian McCaffrey, though, they're going to struggle a lot more. So I am a little bit more excited to see that. Carolina has been ranked a top defense right now. But again, they faced bad teams, so that's why they're ranked so high. So we'll see how I'm very excited for that game. I think we're going to see how good the Panthers actually are, how good the Cowboys actually are. I think that's going to be a really good, way to see both of them. So that'll be what I'm going to be watching.
The Panthers are a very interesting team now to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've figured out how to be effective on offense. Now we'll have to see, obviously, how effective they are without Christian McCaffrey. But Chupa Hubbard should be pretty decent.
Should be all right. He's not going to be a McCaffrey, but he should be pretty decent.
Yeah, but that defense that they run, it's so schematically sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know what they want, how to get it. Like they play a perfect defense. It's so smart in the way that they do things.
Right.
And the unsung hero is Morgan Fox. They're one of their D tackles. He has just been lighting stuff up.
Yeah. Something we actually got to talk about real quick. We do have at least one positive for this Eagles team right now. Javon Hargrave. I heard you say.
Yeah.
Javon Hargrave is an absolute beast right now. He is the best defensive lineman on the team right now.
He might even be the best interior defensive lineman in the league right now.
He's playing insane right now. So I'm going to be very excited to see how he does the rest of the year. But yeah, Javon Hargrave, I'm very happy with.
That's about it.
That was our one positive, I think.
Yes,
Anything else? Other guys that we signed up for free agency, Anthony Harris is not playing well. I seen him blew a couple coverages already in the end zone, even some really bad plays.
Eric Wilson, it's kind of
haven't even heard Eric Wilson. Just nothing's really happening with Eric. He's struggling to cover tight ends right now. So,
and that's the one thing he should be able to do because he can't tackle.
I'm a Rams fan.
So am I.
Just kidding.
Seen my Twitter?
Yeah, I did. That's why I said it. Just so many problems going on with this Eagles team. But Cowboys are a team to beat now. It sucks to say. I hate it. Eagles are the terrible football team. But this week's going to be a little bit more of a challenge, I'd say. I know the Chiefs aren't playing extremely well. They're 1-2. But
it's still the Chiefs.
It's still the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is about to get 350 yards passing. Tyreek Hill is going to get 200 yards receiving with 3 touchdowns. It's going to be bad. I think it's going to be a total blowout. I think the Eagles have zero chance. I think that if you put any thought into your head, like if you put any scenario in your head that the Eagles can, if they do this, this, and this, and the Chiefs don't do this, you'd have to hope Patrick Mahomes gets like hit by a bus or something, hoping that we're not going to win this game. Like more than just Mahomes, I'm sure they're back. Who's their backup right now? Whoever it is would still beat our Eagles team. And I have.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know who it is. It doesn't even matter. Mahomes isn't the only reason why they would beat this team. So it's going to suck because Andy Reid's coming back to Philly to destroy us. It's not going to be fun. I don't think there's any shot. But I was going to say, what's your keys to the game? But is there really any key to the game? I mean,
run the ball.
Run the ball. Key. Yeah, we're going to have to run the ball a lot. Javon Hargrave is going to have to do his thing. Fletch is going to have to step the hell up because I feel like he hasn't done shit for the past 2 years. I know he's getting double teamed all the time, but Aaron Donald, I know he's the exception, but Aaron Donald gets triple teamed and still bulldozes 3 of them over and gets a sack. So you can get in there a little bit more, Fletch. I know you can. But man, it just run the football, do anything you can to. You can't even do it, but trying to stop Tyreek, because the way to stop Tyreek is you have to put a couple guys downfield, and that leaves Travis Kelce wide open in the middle of the field.
You have to rely on your linebacker or your safety to cover him, and
Eric Wilson
isn't going to cover Kelce if he couldn't cover Dalton Schultz or Blake Jarwin.
Exactly, man. I don't know how much I really want to talk about this game. It's not going to go well. It's going to be a blowout. It's going to be an entire blowout. Score prediction. Well, I'll let you go first.
I mean, it's probably going to be. What did the Cowboys score?
41.
They scored 41. I think the Chiefs will one up them. I think the Chiefs will score 42. And I think the Eagles will score. You know what? I say we'll do a little better. I say we'll score 24. So 42-24.
God, that's bad. Chiefs defense is not that good. They're getting a couple guys back. But I mean, Lamar scored 36 on them. I think we're a lot worse team than the Ravens. Who else they lose? Oh, the Browns. No, they beat the Browns. Who's the other team they lost to?
They lost to the Chargers.
Chargers. How much did they drop on them, on the Chiefs?
It was a somewhat close game. I don't think either team broke 30. No, I don't know. Maybe they did. Hold on.
I think your score prediction is right about where I'm going to be at. By the way, I think 42 to you said 42-24. I think that is probably exactly what we're agreeing again on our score predictions. I think week 1, I think we were a little bit different. But yeah, I think that's probably fair. On 42-24, that is. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we score less or if they score more.
The Chargers won 30-24 against the Chiefs, so they did break 30 on the Chiefs. Chiefs did not, though.
Chiefs are going to destroy us, and now the Chiefs are going to get momentum, and they're not going to lose one more game in the rest of the year because the Eagles had to get totally shit on by them. That is my prediction for the rest of the year, and the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Boom!
It's like a layup. It's just it's all.
Legit. I'm going to be focusing on a lot other games than just the Eagles game. I'm not going to have just the Eagles game when I'm watching. I'm going to be scrolling around, seeing some other 1:00 games that are going on. What I'm actually going to do at 3:00, we have the last Phillies game of the year, which they blew it. They're not in the playoffs. I'm probably going to turn that on. And watch that. By the way, just a quick plug real quick. After the Phillies' last game of the season, games at 3:10, right after we have a post-game show for Diamond Talk special episode. Me and George have a special guest, Jack Fritz from 94.1 WIP, joining the show. Get his thoughts on the entire season. So if you like baseball, come tune into that on Sunday for the post-game show. It's going to be fun. But yeah, this Eagles game is going to be really difficult to watch. What I'm really looking for, I'm not looking for a win. I'm looking for improvements. I'm looking on us running the football. I'm looking for C-Ryan to have some better play calls. Jalen Hurts making some better plays. Guys getting a little bit more open. But I'm not looking for a win. That's all I'm going to say. I don't expect anything from the defense. I'm hoping they just don't drop 50 on us is what I'm really hoping for. If we allow them to score, because it is their choice. If we can get them to not score 50 points, that's a win in my book. That's a win in my book. Now, what other things do you have for the show? You got anything else?
I mean, we could talk about interesting games for next week. Besides, stuff to keep yourself distracted from this Eagles curb stomping that we're gonna get.
There you go. I know Sunday night's gonna be fun.
I mean, you probably are interested in your Colts. They're playing the Dolphins. They should have a layup against the Dolphins, but we'll see. They are missing so many pieces on that team right now. Kwity Paye is out. Nelson's out. One of their tackles is out, I think. Brandon Smith or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Braden Smith.
Braden Smith. I mean, T.Y. is still out.
Right. So they're missing a lot of guys. And honestly, I think the Dolphins are better in their injury situation right now.
Well, yeah, because Jacoby Brissett's starting over Tua. So.
Jacoby Brissett is a better quarterback than Tua. Tua
Tagovailoa.
Don't even know why I tried to say his last name on the show. I think Jacoby's better than Tua. I think that this is right now with how the Colts situation is, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins actually win this game. I would actually,
as long as Wentz starts throughout this entire game, I'm okay if they lose. Because the way I see it, right, the Colts, they're probably gonna net us a top 15 pick the way they're playing this year. So Wentz better stay in and hit his 75% thing. So
nah, he's gonna sprain his ankles again.
But yeah, he's gonna sprain both his ankles again.
Dude, I keep on seeing the Colts injury report, and it says Carson Wentz limited practice because of ankles, and I'm like, oh my god, that looks so terrible. Like you have to add the S at the end. But yeah, that's definitely a game I'll be tuning in to watch. I'm excited for Sunday night football. I think a lot of football fans are. That is I believe, Tampa Bay New England game where Tampa is traveling to Foxborough. First time Brady is facing Belichick. That's going to be a game. That has to be the game of the week for everyone. Prime time. It's going to be awesome, man. Brady is going to absolutely shit on Belichick, and it's going to be great. Not even going to be a close game there. Brady's going to have a lot of fun, and I think he's looking for vengeance. Mac Jones did not, when they had an interview, and he was asked about the Buccaneers, didn't bring up Tom Brady once, and he talked for 13 minutes.
Dang.
I feel like Brady, like Stephen A. Smith was talking about it. I think Brady's type to be like, oh, like you're not gonna recognize that I'm coming to Foxborough. So now he's gonna be like, all right, now I'm dropping 50 on your asses.
I don't think it's gonna be all that high scoring of a game.
I think to be completely honest, that Bucs offense is overpowered, and with Brady wanting revenge and vengeance, I'm terrified.
I know Brady wants vengeance and whatnot, but you have to keep in mind, Belichick's been with Brady for 2 decades. He should know how to, at least slow Brady down a decent bit.
Brady also plays a different game in Tampa Bay than he did in New England. He has,
I suppose, but if you don't think that Belichick hasn't been studying every single one of, like, I bet he has a spy at Tom Brady's house or something, Like I'm surprised Belichick hasn't tried to poison Tom Brady or something like that,
Oh my god, is Belichick getting the underdog story here? If Belichick wins, are we like all shocked?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked. No.
New England, I don't think. I mean, I like New England. I like their roster. I'm falling a little bit more in Mac Jones than I was before. But yeah, what?
This game, I mean, I think it's gonna be like a 31-28 kind of deal. Like it's
gonna be that close.
I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close. I think there's gonna be like 5+ turnovers total.
Oh my god!
I think this is gonna be a messy game.
I think you're nuts. I think you're nuts. I think it's gonna be a total blowout by the Buccaneers. I don't think the Patriots
Maybe not
have any
5+.
shot.
I'd take the 3+.
3+.
I think not for each team.
No, I know.
I think Mac Jones is probably going to turn the ball over twice. Brady will turn the ball over once, maybe twice.
You ready to hear my upset?
Hmm.
I think that the Saints will lose to the New York Giants this week.
Really?
Only reason I say that, I'm very low on the Saints now. I know they're 2-1 and they beat the Packers by a lot. The Saints they're not gaining yards. They're facing. I don't know what it is.
Jameis has the least amount of passing yards in the league now, right?
In the league, yes, he does right now. They're obviously, Kamara could have a really good day, but I'm worried about that. And the reason why they're going to be playing really well is through turnover. They get turnovers, and then they don't have to go very far downfield. Giants, again, like I said about Daniel Jones, he recently he has not been turning the ball over. Recently, he can get right back into that. He's not turning the ball over. Saquon is not someone that fumbles. He runs all over the place, and he's an absolute nut.
Loses yards and whatnot.
Loses yards and stuff. But I don't think the Giants defense. This is a game that I could just see happening as a upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely could see it.
I think it's a big possibility that
I could also see the Eagles upsetting the Chiefs.
I think you're nuts for that. I think you're absolutely nuts. Another game, dude.
It's a joke.
Oh my! Have you seen the 4:00 games? They are amazing.
Cardinals Rams is the one I'm looking forward to.
There is Cardinals Rams. There is Seahawks 49ers. There's the Steelers Packers, which I'm not excited for. But then also Ravens Broncos. The Broncos' first real test against the Ravens. By the way, I have Broncos over Ravens. I really do.
Dang. Okay.
I'm a little bit too high on the Broncos. I think they're really good. I don't think they're like a Super Bowl team. And the Ravens are banged up right now, but I think the Broncos are a really good football team. You can hate on me for that. I know that might sound a little bit crazy, but this is a week where they're going to show it. They faced the 3 worst teams in the league, so that's why I'm saying I don't think they're like a top 5. They might scrape top 10, but I don't think they're going to get top 10 team in the league. But I think they're really good. I like how everything's going. That defense is really good. They figured out their secondary issue.
So Patrick Surtain's a beast,
and that's someone that I wanted, but I still wouldn't trade up Devontae Smith, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And Teddy Bridgewater is doing enough. He's doing. They have a little bit of injury problem at wide receiver right now, but Bridgewater's doing enough. He's not just doing the normal Teddy Bridgewater things where he just dumps off the ball. He's making actual plays. And again, I know it's against the 3 worst teams in the league, but he's making actual plays. He's doing more than what we've seen in the past.
He's accurate.
Yeah, exactly. He's really accurate. He's doing everything right now. And the thing is with good football teams, you expect them to beat up these bad teams. You know what I mean? You don't expect them to just scrape out a win. Yeah. The Broncos have been destroying these teams, and that's what good football teams do. The Bengals are 3-1 right now, but they barely beat the Jaguars. They won by a field goal with 3 seconds left. The Bengals aren't a really good team. The Broncos shit on all 3 of the other teams. They just what did they beat the Texans? They beat 29-0 or something like that.
Ooh, I don't know if it's 29-0.
Oh no, that was the Panthers. They shut them out. I'm getting my bad teams that are being good this year teams mixed up right now because these undefeated. But the Broncos are playing well against all 3 teams, so I'm really happy with how the Broncos are going to be. That's another. I guess you can't really call it an upset because they're 3-0 and the Ravens are 2-1. But based on betting wise and how good the teams actually are, I think Broncos have a nice. I think they're gonna have a nice win. And I wouldn't doubt if the Broncos beat the Ravens by a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a double-digit game. I know the Ravens just beat up on the Chiefs and they just won. They barely beat the Chiefs and everything. But I don't know. They are very different teams. I think that they're gonna stop Lamar. He's not gonna have a great game. And other than Lamar, what do they really have?
Yeah, I mean, if they had their running backs still, this would probably be a different story.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But they're on like their 4th one right now, or their 3rd or 4th
one. They're missing their top cornerback. Yeah, this Ravens team is pretty beat up.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think that's a couple of our really good games this week to keep an eye on. That 4:00 time is going to be nuts, man. That's going to be some games to watch. I'm excited for 4:00 and on. But stop watching the 4:00 games. to watch Diamond Talk? I know you will, Chance. I know you're a huge baseball fan.
Oh, yeah, I know everything about baseball. I'm an absolute baseball expert. Ask me anything you want to know about baseball.
You probably know like 3 guys.
Probably.
Sounds about right. All right, you guys. I think that's all we got for the show today. Unless you have anything to surprise me with. Nope, we're good.
I ain't got nothing.
Well, before we end this show, DSM is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. Chance, you can get 20% off and free worldwide shipping with code DSM at manscaped.com. Manscaped engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and incredibly comfortable grooming experience. Their 4th-generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. This upgraded trimmer includes a multi-function on and off switch that can engage a travel lock. It also gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. And did I mention the wireless charging? The wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction, which can help battery length last longer. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code DSM at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using code DSM. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Your balls will thank you, won't they, Chance?
Yes.
But yes, we're now partnered with Manscaped. So again, 20% off and free shipping worldwide. That's real good. Just use code DSM. Come on, guys. It's good, man. That Lawnmower 4.0 is the real deal, man. Just keep on going at it. Let's go. Let's go, man. Manscaped. Eagles this Sunday. Can't wait to get beat up on. It's going to be sad. It's going to be sad. Just over 24 hours away. But Chance, that all you got for us?
That's all I got.
I think that is also all I got. Thank you for watching, guys. This has been What the Football.